O Hecate, keeper of keys, guardian of all who seek the way, with hounds at your side, fierce and true, guide us through the realms of night and day. Through the strength of the bull we rise, with loyalty and courage we stand. May the keys of wisdom open wide. Hecate, with your touch, our hearts expand. Hi, welcome to Cuppa and Cards. Today we are continuing our study of the correspondence suit. I always want to say suite. I don't know why. Anyway, the correspondence suite of the Crossroads Oracle. And today we're going to be looking at keys, hounds, and bull. So grab your tea and let's get started. Are you enjoying your tea? Remember, red tea, it's very good for you. It helps your iron. You definitely want to have that if you're someone who's anemic. So today we are going to be talking about the key, the hounds, and the bull. These are 3 cards in the correspondence suit of the Crossroads Oracle. We are going to start with the key card, and it is passage, liberation, and knowledge. Now, when we think about this card, remember this card symbolizing unlocking mysteries, right? Maybe of the afterlife, maybe of other hidden knowledge. It also represents liberation and freedom, opening of gateways to a new realm of understanding. It encourages our seeker to explore the hidden truths or to gain access to the wisdom they're seeking. So when we pull this card for our client, when they're sitting ahead of us and we pull this keys card, we know that they are here looking for answers. They are here. This is unlocking that. This is giving them the keys to unlock it. We know that the knowledge is already within them, but we're helping them find that knowledge. Now, Hecate is the keeper of keys, and she holds dominion over the passage, both literal and metaphorical. And keys are symbols of access, right? They unlock what's hidden, or they help us gain aspect or gain insight into specific places. Up on my altar, I have a couple of keys. I can't reach them right now, but I do have them available. And I do keep them on my altar. One thing that you could do if you wanted to connect with Hecate and you wanted to keep it sort of on the down low, you could use one of those key cabinets next to your door that you hang your keys in, and inside could be a specific key or maybe a specific stone on a little piece of sinew or something that you would keep there to connect with the goddess. So today, the keys encourage us to look for what's hidden. It invites us to reflect on what doors are waiting, like what is waiting to be opened for us, and how can we access this wisdom, right? Whether it's through learning, initiation, divine guidance, it offers us the power to unlock these paths. In the context of Hecate, it represents, in my opinion, it represents access to knowledge. It's that hidden unknown. It's learning about those things that you may not have noticed previously. Let me just check my speaker here to make sure this is on. Sometimes it switches off. Sometimes it switches off in the middle. And if it has, I do apologize. So again, this is talking about the goddess of magic and witchcraft, right? And she's often depicted holding keys, which are emblematic of her ways of unlocking and guarding those secrets. So not only letting them in, but maybe keeping people out. People like to talk about gatekeeping, right? They like to talk about those people who may be blocking the way to others getting information. Well, keys represent that 100%. Let's see. By embracing the symbolism of the keys, individuals are encouraged to seek personal transformation and unlock new pathways in their spiritual journey. This may involve delving into hidden aspects of themselves, right? What do you feel inside? How are you connecting with whatever the topic is, right? That's all going to be revealed to you by pulling on this energy of the key. So again, it's passage, liberation, and knowledge. I'm going to hold that up for you. And now we're going to go on to our next card. I'm going to make some room on this little table over here. Our next card is the Hounds. So I'm going to hold that up for you. This card represents guidance, protection, and loyalty. So let me just move my finger. Guidance, protection, and loyalty. So the Hounds card symbolizes loyalty and companionship and protection. It represents an unwavering support of Hecate's loyal followers, her hounds, who accompany her through darkness, guarding and guiding her. This card reminds us to pay attention to those who offer their loyalty and guidance, as well as the importance of being vigilant. Now, interesting story about this, so I'm just going to digress for a moment. So when I created this deck initially, it's a few years old now, probably about 5 years old, I caught so much flack for this card, right? In many cultures, the hounds are seen as something to be afraid of. They, every story I read, you know, the bay of the hounds signal her appearance, right? When we hear the dogs howling, we know Hecate is near. For me, I never saw that as a fearful thing, right? I saw that as someone being loyal, and as someone who's had dogs most of their adult life. You know, I'm do a lot of work with animal rescues and things like that. So I always felt a connection of companionship and guardianship with this. But the community was not pleased, let me tell you. And I've never been one to shy away from what's the word? I don't want to say arguing, but I've never been one to shy away from things that other people find controversial. To me, the hounds represent loyalty, they represent guidance, they represent companionship and protection. And that's what I feel when I see these animals and I put them in the context of Hecate. Very similarly, I shared a image of a dark-skinned Hecate with dreadlocks on one of my social media sites, and needless to say, the Hellenic polytheistic, I'm horrible at some of these words, but those who practice some of the older Hellenic religions got very upset with me. I received a massive amount of hate mail because of my depiction of Hecate with dreadlocks and with dark skin. So I'm not one to step away when people get uncomfortable. I'm like, uncomfortable makes you think. So if you're a person who believes that these dogs should be feared, and this card isn't relayed properly, I'd love to discuss this with you. Certainly leave a comment. We can talk about it. If you want to talk about Hecate with dreadlocks, drop that in there too. I'm going to do a separate video on that, but we could certainly talk about that as well. So as we get into the black dogs, right, and even Hecate being referenced as a black B word. I don't want the monitors to get me, so I'm going to say B word. But Hecate is always referenced with these black dogs. In ancient rituals, you know, hounds were sacrificed, right? Hounds were sacrificed to her. We can't pretend that black puppies, black bulls, black sheep, those were all sacrificed to the goddess back in the day. Now, we certainly don't condone any of that now. I'm a vegan. I don't condone any of that type of thing. But we have to understand that that's what was happening in the ancient world. So if we go to the context of Hecate's symbolism as it relates to this, again, it was, and the earth came below and the trees to dance and the howling dogs glimmering in advance ere Hecate came. So that was one quote that directly relates to Hecate and the hounds. There's also references to Hecate as having her hounds protect her and come forth before her, and they guide her through this world, or her life in this world. And let me just see if there was anything else I wanted to cover on this one. No, we do have to recognize that the sacrifice did take place, and anyone who says it didn't, certainly look in the literature, it's there. So when you pull this card for your client, this card represents that guidance and protection. Maybe they need to protect what's around them. Maybe they are the protector. You'll need to interpret that directly from what you're reading from their body language and the energy they're presenting. But this is what this particular card for the Correspondence of Hound represents. Our next card is going to be the Bull's card, and this is prowess, fortitude, and luxury. So the Bull's card represents the ability to endure. It embodies Hecate's association with fortitude and resilience. as well as being a symbol of power in many ancient traditions. I mean, depending on how many bulls you owned was how much power and prestige you had, and how much really money you had in your particular village or in your particular town. It also represents, strong like bull, right? It represents that virile nature, fertility, and that strength that one would expect that associated with this particular item. And in particular, black bulls. The bull reminds us to draw on our inner reserves and strength when we face these challenges. It reminds us to steadfast and be unyielding in the pursuit of our goals, and recognizing the power that we possess to face whatever obstacles come our way. In the context of Hecate's symbolism, it may represent fertility and strength in the lunar cycle. The bull's horns are crescent shaped, right? So at the top, we can see they're crescent shaped and can represent that moon or that auric feature. And then in some Orphic hymns, Hecate is described as bull-faced, right? Further strengthening that connection to her and the bull. By embracing the symbolism of the bull, we are encouraged to harness our inner strength and access the cycles of life, navigate through transition with resilience, guided by Hecate's transformative powers. So those are our 3 cards for today. They are profound lessons in unlocking wisdom and honoring loyalty and harnessing strength. They guide us towards greater understanding, protection, and empowerment, reminding us of the powerful forces that are always available to support us on our journey. As we explore these correspondence today, may they help you unlock new insights and strengthen your bond with others, and embody the resilience and power you need to move forward. So I hope you've enjoyed this session today. These 3 cards are part of the correspondence suite, I did it again, suit in the Crossroads Oracle. The Crossroads Oracle is available on my website at hecatebrimo.org. Please continue with your comments and questions. Let's talk about that stuff in the comments. Tell me about your opinion about Hecate with the dark skin, or Hecate with dreadlocks, or dogs and bulls and so forth. Leave those comments for me, or continue to send them directly. However you choose to communicate, I really appreciate hearing from you. I hope you have a glorious day today, and I'll talk to you next time.